Hi Freedom family, so I'm here on my lunch break and I wanted to share something, this new insight that I really think can really help you get more sales, higher open rates, higher interactions, all that good stuff. And it's so simple but so valuable, and that is that you have to stop treating your email list and the numbers you see as data points. They're not data points, they're actual people. You have to get to know them. And one of the reasons I resonate with Ryan so much is because I study Warren Buffett a lot, and he really reminds me of Ryan and vice versa in their philosophies. And Warren Buffett, he says that he doesn't look at stocks as just ticker symbols or data points. He looks at these as actual businesses with actual people running them, and that makes all the difference. I think a lot of people just kind of look at these numbers as just like averages. Oh, this subscriber is on average worth $3, and sure, there's some value in that, but there's also a lot of value in person-to-person connection and knowing that some of these people are worth more than that, and actually reaching out and talking to them in person, in real life, or on the phone, or via Skype. And that's kind of what I've done. So I'm in the personal development niche, have a very small email list, don't have a product yet, and I'm finally starting to reach out to these people, get on FaceTime with them and talk to them. And you can get so much information and really help these people. And it just goes to show you that like even the smallest contributions can make huge impacts. I told some of these people I reached out to that I'll try my best, but I don't know if I can help you. And I did end up helping them quite a lot. And there was some of them were just so grateful that I took the time to spend an hour or 2 hours just calling them for free and helping them. And that goodwill, Warren calls it economic goodwill, that will lead to money in the long run. You'll get a higher reputation. People would spend more with you. Kim Luna is a great example. Like, she did like 10x what the normal person would do for an email subscriber, and it paid off. This girl like created a whole Facebook group and like did all these free trainings and webinars and all this, even Facebook messaged and chatted each one and answered all their questions until the group got too big, of course. But she invested so much, and therefore she had like ridiculously high open rates, like 80 to 90% on like a huge email list, and like all this goodwill and like ridiculous numbers that were above the industry average. So I just think it's a better way of looking at the world if you study from billionaires rather than these digital marketers who kind of really focus on, oh, what's the average earning per subscriber, or how much does the average person clicking through make. And again, there's a lot of use to those numbers, but there's a lot of use to stuff outside of that. And of course, there's a lot of people nowadays like Alex Becker, digitalmarketer.com, Frank Kern, they all talk about the average earnings per subscriber. But I think that it's more to it than that. Like, do a little extra. Gary talks about this too. He sent a whole football t-shirt to just a random subscriber because he found out through Twitter that this subscriber loved a specific football team, like lived and died for this team. And within a few months, he got that return on investment back because a friend of this guy's was a huge wine buyer and bought like tens of thousands of dollars of wine. And I'm not guaranteeing that you'll get that return. I don't think it's possible or reliable to do that on a consistent basis. It's more about, over delivering when you can. And it doesn't have to be by spending a ton of money. I just passed Chick-fil-A, and one of the people sitting there was head over heels because they took 5 extra steps and delivered the meal to that person's table rather than call them over. And this is a mall food court. No one does that. Yet, for such a simple act, which doesn't cost much money, just a few extra steps, this person was head over heels. She was like, oh my goodness, you didn't have to do this, blah, blah, blah. So you can find budget-friendly ways of doing this where you just, you know, give a little bit extra effort without having to break the bank. And you might be surprised at the results 10 years from now. Again, it's a long-term play, while of course still being profitable on the front end. Okay, this video is getting long. Hopefully this is allowed on the Freedom Group. Otherwise, I apologize. Feel free to take this off. And yes, I am a bit sick, so apologize for the stuffy nose. See you guys later.